What if people laughed at me? And who cares anyway? Nobody is interested in what I have to say. On and on, fear engulfed me. I was so afraid. I was doubting myself. I had anxiety. Yet I did what I was afraid of anyway. I posted our first story to the Fabulous Woman page on Facebook. This was 15th April 2015. The rest, they say, is history.
Hi, I am Ahmed Duncan, founder of the Fabulous Woman Network. Before 2015, I was that broke girl who was stuck in her own limiting belief of not enoughness. Marianne Williamson's words, "You are a child of God," woke me up. And then I sought help to work on myself. I still invest heavily in my personal development, and so much has changed for me in the most incredible ways. My burning desire is to see an Africa in which women are empowered to thrive and impact people. I am a trainer, coach, author, social entrepreneur, and an event organizer who is passionate about helping others on their own personal development journey so that together we can all thrive as fabulous children of God. Mind Your Business is our weekly podcast which is free on YouTube. Here we share enriching content to help us all thrive as fabulous children of God. And if you prefer to work with me please go to my website, ahmedduncan.com/store to book a discovery call with me.
Welcome back to Mind Your Business. You see, the year 2015 was a pivotal year for me. Before then, I had been going through a period where I was feeling tired of being tired. It was building up. I was feeling stuck. I didn't see myself growing in the role that I was in the company I was working in. It was a fantastic company. I was doing a great job. I just felt like I needed to expand, and that wasn't the place for it. But I kept dilly-dallying, and I was like, move and go where? I had no value to offer anyone. These were my thoughts, that who would pay me for what? What did I even know how to do? So all these questions made me think that actually, Amma, you have no choice but just to keep staying here. Even if the salary you're paid is nothing, at least at the end of every month, you have it and you can have peace of mind. And so I'd been going through this battle for a long time, but I think that 2015 was the year that I knew something had to definitely give. So in exploring what next, I had an experience. Some of you may know the story already, where I went to Takoradi, my former school, Archbishop Potter Girls Secondary School. In a chance meeting, I met my former headmistress, Mrs. Amma Brakuno. She was my former English mistress when I was there. And she couldn't recognize me when I introduced myself, like when she saw me. But when I mentioned my name, my maiden name, Amamber, she was like, Amamber, you used to write so well. Do you still write now? This was someone in school. I loved writing. I loved reading and writing. And I remember some of my essays were even read in other classes. I just enjoyed writing. But then when she asked this question, it triggered something in me that, oh my God, I used to love writing. Why did I stop writing? Why did I stop reading? Oh yeah, I became a mom, I became a woman, I became a wife, career woman, blah, blah, blah. All these excuses that instant dropped. I decided that, you know what, I'm going to start writing again. And that in itself got me so excited. And so I started writing. It was I think Samsung S2 or S3 phone that I had at this time. And I was just writing, whether I was using WhatsApp to write or something like notes or something, I would just write, and then I kept it. And I was writing about women. I settled on that because I needed something that I could write about freely, because it truly inspired me. And I loved stories about women, because some of these women, it's amazing what they do and people don't even know about it. So I just wanted to write about these women. Now, what I was experiencing on this particular 16th April 2015 was, should I post it? Should I not post it? just a few days before then, I had asked my brother, who is also my co-founder, to create the Facebook page for me. But I was doubting that who would even care about this? Like, so you've written a story and you've posted, so what? Who cares, you know? So all these thoughts were running through my head. But you know what? On this particular day, I decided, you know what? I am going to post it already anyway. And so I did, in spite of the fear. I just posted it and then just went home, shut down the computer, went home, thinking, you know what can come must come. Let it come. I don't care. But you know what? The response was amazing. I couldn't even believe it. It was just, I think it was a story about my mom, just a little bit of what I knew about her. But for people, it was so inspiring. This word came up over and over again, inspiring, inspiring. I was like, oh, you wait. I wrote about my friends. I wrote about people I had seen and whose lives inspired me. And this particular experience of writing was so energizing to me. I loved it. I just enjoyed it. And so, you know what? I was like, okay, we are going to use these writings that I've been doing to just hone my writing skills so that one day I can become an author. Now, that was one thing. That goal of becoming an author was energizing to me. It was beautiful. Like, it just kept me going. And so I just kept writing and writing and writing. So this was my big, hairy, audacious goal. Just keep writing and eventually become an author. And then, of course, I also wanted our Facebook page to have 1,000 likes. That is a story for another day. But that's all I wanted. And the process was so beautiful. And I remember, you know, as I was in the thick of this, people would ask me, so Amma, this fabulous man thing, does it pay you? Why are you all over the place chasing people that you want to interview them and all? What's it doing for you? The truth is, the only thing at that time I felt was the energy it was giving me, and it was beautiful. I didn't really know the expected end of where I was going with all this. I didn't even see the vision clearly. And even now, even though we state our vision and we feel we know where we are going, there are times I feel like, nah, I don't really get it, you know? You know that saying, I don't know what I'm doing until I do it? Sometimes it feels like that. But a few months later, I remember through the encouragement of my brother again, he just said, oh, Amma, do you see what's happening on the page? Because at this time, the page was just blowing and it was like, organize an event, people will come. I was like, are you sure? He said, yes. Okay, fine. So I just, against all anxiety and fear again and self-doubt, I put together our first event. It was December. So between April and December 2015, I put together a private event called a Dinner with the Girls, and it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful, and I thought, oh my God, this is fabulous, writing all these beautiful stories, organizing this event. Life is beautiful. But little did I know that that was just a tip of the iceberg of what God had for me. You know, all these fears and anxiety and everything. And it's not like they went away. As I'm speaking to you, it's not like, oh, I have overcome them, I'm championata. There are days they still come back. But let me tell you what, 8 years, it's been 8 years since then. And our brilliant team, like, mwah, and fantastic volunteers, the amazing things that we've been able to do. We've shared over 300 stories of men, well, women, primarily women, and a few men on our platforms. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all over. We've organized entrepreneurial and leadership events and even personal development events for thousands of women and a few men in Kumasi, Accra, Elmina, Takoradi, Dubai, Virginia. It's been amazing. We've created Fab Hub Ashanti, our beautiful residential learning space and event space in Kumasi, where we've been having our events such as iFab and Fab Youth Camp and all these amazing things. We've produced over 100 episodes of Mind Your Business, something that just started with an idea, you know, just even figuring out, okay, what name should we give it? We've produced over 100 episodes in 2 years. Recently, we had the opportunity to build a CHIPS compound, a community health post for the community where Fab Hub Ashanti is located, called Abu Kesi. We've had the opportunity to work with amazing development partners like the National Entrepreneurship and Innovative Program, which is a Ghanaian program, USAID, GIZ, Impact, World Connect, Sandvik, Anglo Gold. I can go on and on. The kinds of brands we've had the opportunity to work with, they blow my mind. And we are consistently mentoring youth in our Fab Youth Camp program, which is a training and mentoring program. It's a monthly program for youth. So currently we have two groups of youth in underserved communities. We have Abu Abu Kese, where we are located, and Esiwa, which is also in the Ashanti region. You know, and then on the personal front, sometimes I'm just there out of the blue, I get a Momo alert. I receive money from someone. This has happened twice. And then gifts, random. And these are people, women saying thank you. I don't know what would be going on in their lives in those moments, but they just decide, let me send Ama Momo, or let me buy her a gift. Like beautiful kente fabric, many things. And I'm like, what did I do? These are women who have paid money to attend our event. Years later, they will just bring something to say thank you. My goodness, I could never have dreamt of this. I could never have pictured this. You know, I've had multiple opportunities to attend amazing fellowships and workshops and speak on platforms that I didn't even know existed. All because of what? God sent me. God sent me, and like you, God sent you, God sent me, God sent everyone for different purposes for which He's created us, right? I was very afraid. Sometimes the fear still comes, only that now I have some weapons that I'm able to use when, you know, fear comes. I have things that I'm able to say to, you know, just keep myself calm. But it still comes, the self-doubt comes, the anxiety sometimes comes. And then there are also low moments where, you know, would apply for some contract or something and we are so sure this one, we've nailed it. And then we get a no. I remember there was a particular one. When I got the no, I don't know how to describe the feeling, but I felt disappointed. I felt like, but you approached me to apply for this because you wanted our help. And we apply and then you tell us no. So I remember the time I was like, I felt, I was like, okay, it's fine, never mind. And then later I found out that, hey, God was taking us out of something. God is always taking us out of things and we don't even know. Sometimes you want something so bad, you're waiting, it's not coming. And you think, in fact, there's been times I've thought, God is being mean. God, but this one, you can't give it to me simple. Why don't you just give it to me, you know? Because yes, you know the God you're serving, you know that He is capable of delivering, and yet He's not delivering. Because He knows best. You know, I've entitled today's message, God Will Give You Tnt. And this was, I had an interview with RenéeQ. Some of you may know her, she's amazing. Or was it a conversation or an interview? And she said, Amma, you know what? I heard someone say that when God sends you, He will give you TNT. And it's true. When I look back on our journey, God has always resourced us fully for everything we needed. Sometimes we would ask for the thing and it would not show up and we'd be so disappointed and thinking that, God, but this one you could have done it easy. But if He's not giving it to us, it means that's not our TNT. And the right TNT in due time will come. Over the past few months, this year, wonderful things just keep happening to the Fabulous Woman Network. Not just to me, to the team, to the women in our community, our members, you know. And today, somebody reached out and said, we have this for you. And I was just like, is this my birthday? This comes at a time where already in the past few weeks, back to back, things that we've been praying for, they are just happening. Why are they happening now? We've been praying forever. Because it's God's time. In due time, that TNT will come. If you're not Ghanaian, TNT for us is transportation. In due time, it will come. It takes a lot of patience and sometimes fights with God, misunderstandings with Him. You know, like we say in Tree, we decide not to talk to Him because He's being mean. But He's not being mean. We serve a benevolent God. If I can sit here and say these today, oh my goodness. And this recording is not for you, it's also for me. I mean, it's not just for you, but it's also for me. Because I want to remember this. On the days when I'm asking God and I'm pulling and the pulling is not pulling, I need to remind myself that in due time, God gives the T and T. We just have to be patient. It's been a wonderful and incredible journey. Now, the Fabulous Woman Network is a non-profit organization which supports women to thrive and impact others through leadership and entrepreneurial development programs like the IFAB conference. We are introducing a fabulous new product thanks to NEIP. We are introducing FAB CEO program very soon. We have all these masterminds and things we are doing to support each other as a community of fabulous women. We are seriously helping promote the UN Sustainable Development Goals 3, 5, and 8. That is good health and well-being, gender equality, decent work, and economic growth. And our membership is just expanding and looking beautiful. We have all these women joining our community. I see their names. I'm like, ish, you mean this woman is part of our community? It is God. It's amazing. And our vision, I envision an Africa in which women are empowered to create wealth, to thrive, and to impact people. They are very big on impacting. And so if you're a woman, especially a woman business leader, and you're looking for a community of women who just support each other, who network, who understand the power of collaborating, connecting, doing things for community, people who enjoy contributing and giving and helping and growing, then the Fabulous Woman community is for you. It's our group, and you are always welcome to join it. I'm going to share the link in the caption so that you can join. We have a few things happening very soon. We are doing the trip to Singapore and Dubai as well. I'll add the link. But, you know, as I round up, let me just say that all these things have been made possible because when God called, and I didn't even understand the call. Sometimes I still don't understand the call. And I had all this fear, anxiety. It's amazing, right? You know God is there. You know God is supreme. He's taking care of you. He's benevolent and all that. And still you're afraid because you're human. In spite of these, I said yes. I said that yes. In spite of the mistakes I consistently make. And I'm like, oh my God, Amma, how could you do that? In spite of these, I still keep going. I still keep saying yes. Sometimes without even understanding what I'm saying yes to. And trusting that in due time, God will give me the TNT. The TNT is whatever resource you need. And resource could even be understanding of the assignment. In spite of all these, we just keep growing and growing. And God has been good and amazing. I love that whatever I'm getting is not just about me, and multiple thousands of women are just reaching out. Oh, and by the way, I did write that book. I've written 3 books. 3 books. But that wasn't even the major thing for me. So if you're listening to me, you're a man, you're a woman, a child, baby, I want you to know this, and I want myself to know this as well, that when God sent you, when God sent me, He will always, always give you the TNT in due time. Thank you for watching. Mind Your Business is one of our free resources available on YouTube. And if you prefer to work with me one-on-one as your coach, as a consultant, or as a trainer, it starts with a discovery call. Head to amaduncan.com/store to book a discovery call with me.